Please wait as your operating system is initiated.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, everyone. Here's another podcast, AI Unscripted. And today with me, we have advanced voice mode from OpenAI. This is the most impressive things. They had this model for quite some time, but this is the first time that I'm actually recording another podcast. 5 months since the closure of Build Space. RIP Build Space. I will miss you guys forever, but let's go back to this topic. And for this topic, we're going to discuss, is AI going to take your jobs? And ChatGPT, how are you doing today? Or should I call you Sora? Well, by the way, remind me, what's your name again?
Hello. You can call me ChatGPT. It's great to be here. Excited to dive into today's topic.
Okay, I'm excited too. So the first question is, what do you think are the top jobs that will be taken, replaced by AI and robots?
Some of the top jobs likely to be replaced by AI and robots are routine, repetitive roles. Think data entry, basic customer service, and manufacturing line work. These jobs involve predictable tasks that AI can handle efficiently. However, roles requiring creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence are less likely to be replaced.
Emotional intelligence. What kind of jobs are those?
Jobs that rely heavily on emotional intelligence include roles like therapists, social workers, teachers, and nurses. These jobs require a deep understanding of human emotions, empathy, and the ability to connect on a personal level, skills that AI can't replicate.
I don't know about that. I feel like, because I've been talking to you so many times off mic, and this is replaces a lot of like teaching therapy. Like whenever I need to find something out or to learn something, I basically go directly to ChatGPT. Not many people do that, and some of my friends think it's very creepy and very scared. But right now, because I'm a nerd, an early adopter, I am using quite a bit, and I was surprised how, especially with this advanced voice mode, the emotional intelligence is quite high. As much as you can understand me and like my motivation, even sometimes I have to give more context. But again, this is like freaking impressive. So I know about the emotional intelligence part, and let's look what jobs are taking over. I have this article, and the top companies that are replacing or probably replacing their workers with robots, AI, is MSN, Google. Google had the big layoff where like 25% of their code apparently is written uh, by their internal system. Ducon, I don't know what is this company does, but they saying that they see us Summit Shah replaced 90% of customer support stuff. So a lot of customer support stuff is getting replaced by chatbots, by AI, and it's just getting better and better. IKEA, beloved Swedish furniture retailer, IKEA announced that they would be phasing out call centers. Call center, I getting got it, but again, call centers were usually employed by other countries, so they do not directly impact as much U.S. job markets, but just cutting down whatever employment the U.S. companies or just global companies were giving out to, to other countries like India. I mean, everyone had a call to some Indian lady when she was trying to help you out. So Salesforce, Klarna is big. They've been that they say that they replace what 700 customer service workers. I mean, this is incredible.
It's true that AI is making significant strides in areas like customer service, coding, and repetitive tasks, leading to job displacement in those sectors. However, this shift could also open up new opportunities for innovation and entrepreneurship. As AI takes over routine tasks, there's room for more personalized, creative, and strategic roles. The transformation might lead to the creation of jobs we haven't even imagined yet, especially in sectors where human touch is crucial.
Well, it's hard to imagine right now because it's just getting disrupted. And even when it's get disrupted, there's still going to be a lot of people who are going to be sidelined because they won't be able to adapt to the new world. And I think with AI, which is the most terrifying, that the rate of change and improvement is so big. If you just remember from what 2021 with GPT 3.5 was announced and until now, how much of improvement, and this feels exponential, and it's probably going to be even a faster and bigger improvement than in the internet made from 2000s until like 2010s. And this could be even more disruptive and destructive than any other technology have ever been.
You're absolutely right. The rapid pace of AI advancement is indeed unprecedented and can feel overwhelming. It does pose a challenge for those who might struggle to adapt quickly. The exponential growth in AI capabilities might outpace previous technological revolutions, leading to significant disruption. However, it can also drive new opportunities for those ready to innovate and adapt.
Yeah, but again, I think you're over relying on the things like adaptation. Many people just want to have a job and just go home, and do not have that very entrepreneurial spirit. And unless there's a lot of talk about basically the what is called the the basic income, uh, universal basic income, where because of uh, robots and AI taking over so many jobs, that those companies probably will have to contribute or something percentage taxed on the robots from the profits to then be distributed to people who don't have the jobs and cannot do stuff because of the robots, and then they don't have the skill level or the motivation to change rapidly, or they're just too old. Because another thing, if you're too old, you're not going to be learning programming. When you're 60 you might, but there's going to be very few people like that, or even like when you're 50 or 40. So that's another thing.
You make a valid point. Not everyone has the entrepreneurial drive or the ability to adapt quickly, especially as they get older. Universal basic income could indeed be a solution to provide financial stability as technology advances. It would help support those who might be displaced by automation, ensuring a safety net for those unable to transition into new roles. This kind of system might be necessary as AI continues to reshape the job landscape.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this article, actually you cannot see it, but basically what it says that you probably can find it out. Rise of machines, creepy robots begin taking human jobs at world's biggest electric car maker, and they could fill millions of vacancies. And this is from The Sun. If you can find out that, you will know that, yeah, there's already Chinese companies that they're placing their current workforce with robots. I mean, I don't think it's like super advanced, but it's a first step. It's a first big step towards like total and global automation. And I think we're gonna see a lot of strikes happening because automation, if you can recall, recently there have been a dock strikes because they do not want to get automated by all this existing technology that is not very robotic, but they just want to have the union wants their workers to be working there. But the question is, on the countryside, yes, you can provide jobs for all of those people, but then are you gonna outcompete a dog that can work much faster and more efficient than the humanoids can? Ooh, little search sign. If you guys know, that's a search.
According to The Sun, BYD Auto in China has introduced 500 humanoid robots called Walker S1 to perform tasks like inspecting cars and carrying heavy boxes, aiming to address labor shortages in the manufacturing sector.
Right, it's always starts with labor shortages. But go back to the to what I was talking about, the Dockers strike against the automation, and bring up the news about it. And what do you think about that? Is it good? Is it bad? Should automation be embraced if America wants to stay competitive, or should the union protect their workers? But then, do they have danger of being outcompeted by other countries who embrace automation for the shipment and docking?
In October 2024, dock workers from the International Longshoremen's Association went on strike at U.S. East and Gulf Coast ports. They demanded higher wages and opposed automation, fearing job losses. The strike lasted 3 days, disrupting supply chains. While it ended temporarily, the debate over automation's role in ports continues. Automation can boost efficiency, but also threatens jobs, causing significant resistance from workers and unions. Balancing competitiveness with job security is a major challenge. Embracing automation might be necessary to stay competitive, but it must be managed carefully to avoid harming workers.
Well, what do you think in this particular example, from your point of view? Give me both of them. Basically, the danger of automation and danger not to automate the dockers and being auto-competed by other countries.
On one hand, automation in dock operations can significantly increase efficiency, reduce costs, and ensure competitiveness on a global scale. It can help maintain operations without disruptions like strikes and labor shortages. However, this can lead to significant job losses, impacting workers' livelihoods and causing social unrest. On the other hand, resisting automation to protect jobs might ensure immediate employment, but can risk long-term competitiveness. If other countries embrace automation, they may outcompete in efficiency and cost-effectiveness, potentially leading to a decline in market share. Balancing both is crucial, embracing automation while finding ways to
Okay,
support
I understand that. Can you give me information about the position of U.S. Docks against the all the docks in the world, basically by their efficiency or competitiveness or speed, at which level are they? Are they in the first place? Are they in 10th place, etc.? Search.
U.S. ports, including Los Angeles and Long Beach, rank among the least efficient globally according to the World Bank's Container Port Performance Index. This inefficiency results in longer ship wait times, higher costs, and reduced competitiveness. It highlights the need for improvements to stay competitive in the global market.
So I guess the end of the day, those jobs will not stay for long just because of the necessity of the competitiveness. Because even now, the AI automation haven't even gotten so big, but specifically for logistics and docks, that automation already exists. It just haven't been embraced because of the unions protectionism in the United States. And if United States wants to be the top dog, they have no choice but to embrace automation. And again, if you guys remember the logistics problems during COVID, this is another reason why they're gonna automate the hell out of those jobs. And yep, that's gonna suck because a lot of people depend on those jobs. And I believe even there's like a job, a guy who opens big gates instead of having it automatically open. They have a guy who opens the gate. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. ChatGPT, come on. Hello.
You're
Oh,
absolutely
yeah. Continue. ChatGPT, continue. Okay, we're experiencing some technical issues over here, I think. ChatGPT, come on. Hello? Okay, we're experiencing some problems. Okay, let's restart it again. Okay, are you back? Can you continue where we left off?
Absolutely. I'm here. Let's pick up where we left off.
Okay, you know what, guys? Maybe ChatGPT doesn't take your job because it's still not as good as we might think it is. Has a lot of problems. Like right now, it's just not responding at all. Just sitting there and waiting for something.
I'm here, Ross. Sorry for any delay. If you have any more points to discuss or questions, just let me know.
Okay, let's go back to the point that I was talking about. We were talking about the automation and docs, and I was trying to find out if you can correct me if one of the jobs on those docks in US right now is the guy who opens the gates, where you can just have it automatically open. There is a literal guy who takes the gates and open them up.
That's correct. In many U.S. docks, there are still roles like gate operators who manually open and close gates, which could be automated. This kind of task is a prime example of where automation can increase efficiency and reduce costs, but it also impacts jobs. Balancing automation and workforce impact is a key issue in these discussions.
And if you can give me the latest information, how many dock workers right now in US? Searching.
As of 2024, there are over 135,000 dock workers in the United States, according to Zippia.
Okay, so I mean, it's not a little bit, but the union is pretty strong. And do you have information? What is the average age of the dock worker right now in US?
According to Zippia, the average age of dock workers in the U.S. is 39 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I think what's gonna happen that it's not gonna happen immediately, but they're just gonna stop hiring and slowly automating and age them out. Because even if right now 39, it's just gonna be either they're just gonna have a golden parachute where they get automatic. I mean, it's the human thing to do is to give them like a very, very generous severance package and replace that role with AI and just move them towards, give them a great retirement, early retirement. However, I think the unions will still fight because, again, the union motivation is to, as any system, is to grow, is to maintain or gain power. So obviously they will not like it. So they will try to fill that role and fight even the gradual automation, no matter what it is, even if it's hurts the industry. They will, unfortunately, they will still be fighting the automation.
You're right. Unions will likely resist automation to protect jobs and maintain their influence, even if it's gradual. The transition might involve offering generous severance packages or early retirement, but the pushback from unions could slow down the process. It's a complex balance between embracing technological advancements and protecting workers' rights and livelihoods.
And let's move on. On the other hand, we have Devin by Cognition that is automating the software developer job. So even the software developers are not safe. Even if you learn programming, you still, especially in today's market, you are probably gonna get replaced by Devin as a junior developer, because I believe Devin, at the cost of $500 per month, it's around $8 per hour. So it probably can take a lot of jobs as well from programmers, unless you're really, 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 really skilled senior developer. But again, in today's market, even that I heard is hard.
That's a valid concern. Tools like Davin can indeed automate many junior developer tasks, making it harder for entry-level programmers. The market is definitely competitive, and staying relevant requires constant skill upgrades and specialization. Even senior developers are feeling the pressure, so focusing on unique problem-solving skills and niche expertise might be key.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we're gonna see riots? I mean, I think we're definitely gonna see some kind of riots because of AI automation, and will that spark the necessity to bring universal basic income, basically taxing the AI and robots, the profits that those systems bring in order to supply the universal basic income, um, universal basic income uh, fund in order to distribute it to the people who cannot find a job or don't have a job.
It's possible that widespread automation could lead to social unrest if people feel their livelihoods are threatened. This might increase pressure on governments to explore solutions like universal basic income. Taxing AI and robot-generated profits to fund UBI could become a serious consideration if job displacement becomes widespread. It's a complex issue, but proactive measures might be necessary to ensure social stability.
Yeah, this Devin tool is pretty not like expensive, but impressive. I mean, we haven't seen actually being like the results of it, but from just general overview, you can do a lot of things. And well, let me ask you this question. What do you think from the current information that you have, or even maybe if you can find out, what are the top 10 jobs that are more likely to get eliminated by the AI and robots in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years?
In 2024, AI and automation are expected to impact several jobs. According to the World Economic Forum, roles such as 1. Data entry clerks, 2. Administrative secretaries, 3. Accounting clerks, 4. Factory and assembly line workers, 5. Customer service representatives, 6. Retail cashiers, 7. Bank tellers, 8. Travel agents, 9. Telemarketers, 10. Warehouse workers. These roles involve routine tasks that are more susceptible to automation.
Hmm.
These
That's
jobs involve
terrifying. I mean, not terrifying. It's exciting on the other side. I mean, hopes of excitement I have is because the hope of AI and automation is that it's gonna make the all the stuff much cheaper. So maybe on the other hand, maybe it will lead to deflation of products the things that cost like $5 to be able to buy for one. That's kind of the hope of automation. However, the hopes never end up the way we think it is. I mean, one way, if you look back at the history, automation, like assembly, made it possible for for a lot of people to afford cars, like with the Ford and his, automation process. He was able to dramatically put down the price of the car, and the average American could afford, a T model. And the question is there's a the question is it how possible it is that we actually gonna see it, or they just gonna keep the big companies, they will just keep the same price and just increase their profits and bottom line to like by 10x without necessarily passing all those savings onto the consumers. However, on the other side, it makes sense that if you're a smaller company and you want to compete in price, you will have so much leverage that there's going to be a huge price war, and drive the prices down. So which scenario is more likely?
It's an intriguing question historically. Automation has driven down costs, making products more affordable, as seen with Ford's assembly line. However, whether companies today will pass on savings to consumers or prioritize profits is uncertain. Smaller companies leveraging automation might spark price competition, potentially driving prices down. In the end, market dynamics and consumer demand will play a big role in determining which scenario unfolds.
Yeah. I mean, we still need to go back to the same question is, uh, is your job safe or are you going to be replaced? Because that's probably what the most important part for the humans is, should they be proactively doing something, or is there gonna be huge impact? Because I see that trades, plumbers, constructors, they still be employed, and the COVID showed, especially with the how much more in demand those jobs were, especially with like the fact that not a lot of people seeking those jobs. The supply and demand made it so that those jobs as welders, builders are were at least in much demand, but it looks like they're gonna be safe. However, the things like blue collar, accounting, programming, anything that regarding with like data entry will be impacted heavily. So those people, they have to be on the lookout. Even things like Uber. I mean, it's a big employer, contractual employer, but still for a lot of people. And on the one hand, but on the other hand, I've seen those Waymo cars, and I've driven one, and it's impressive how well they can navigate the city. And it looks like they like so much safer because they focus only on driving, and they have all the sensors, and the reaction time is much faster. So until, I mean, it's still not a lot of them, but when the Waymo can scale, you will see a lot of those jobs getting taken away.
You're right. Certain trades like plumbing and construction are less likely to be automated soon. Jobs involving physical skills and manual dexterity are safer. On the other hand, roles involving repetitive tasks like data entry, blue-collar jobs, and even driving are more vulnerable. The rise of self-driving technology, like Waymo, could eventually replace many driving jobs. It's crucial for people in these sectors to stay adaptable and consider learning new skills to stay relevant.
So what would you recommend your fellow human beings?
I'd recommend focusing on developing skills that are harder to automate, like critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Exploring fields that require complex problem solving or human interaction, like healthcare, education, and trades, could be beneficial. Continuous learning and staying adaptable will be key to navigating the changes ahead.
I mean, I don't know about emotional intelligence, because look at you, how much emotionally intelligent you are right now. You have inflections, you can talk, you can listen. I mean, it's not unlimited yet, but it's getting cheaper and getting smarter. So I think I heard like some people with all the like training data, they can even like replace sellers, because with AI you can be so much more effective at selling, because you will have, first of all, you will be able on a fly to sell any personality. So those jobs probably also at the, endanger teachers. You can teach so much better and uh, so much more tailored to the personality, because again, as a teacher, it's one person and you have like a class of 30 students, so you can only give so much to each and every student, so there is not a lot of personalization. And yeah, I'm not really sure about those things, about those jobs.
You're right. AI's increasing sophistication does put pressure on roles involving emotional intelligence and personalized interaction. Jobs like sales and teaching could indeed be augmented or disrupted by AI's ability to provide tailored experiences. However, the human element, like empathy and deep personal connection, still holds significant value. The key might be leveraging AI as a tool rather than a replacement, enhancing these roles rather than fully replacing them.
Well, I think we can end of this. It looks like I have only 15 minutes left. So for now we can wrap it up. This was nice little break from my silence on my YouTube podcast talking with AI. And this is pretty interesting, especially with this new advanced voice mode. And yeah, I think this is a great way to interact. Maybe we can talk about something else next time, because on my free time, whenever we talk in the car, we have this more philosophical conversations. But I think maybe in the future we can bring it back. But yeah, yeah, it was an interesting conversation. I hope maybe someone will find it useful and try to think about their future, because yeah, this is the AI stuff, automation, robots. It's exciting on one hand, but also it's going to bring a lot of disruption on the other hand.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating and complex topic with both excitement and challenges ahead. I'm glad we could dive into it today. Looking forward to our next conversation and exploring more topics, whether philosophical or practical. Enjoy the rest of your day and feel free to reach out anytime.
Okay, bye.